Want to talk about the topic on the screen. Boston Richie, BLK men abuse. Number one, why are so many BLK men unaliving and abusing BLK women? And also, number two, why do so many BLK women excuse it? I really want to talk about this because I just saw like a little post about Boston Richie. I just this situation just came to my attention, but I saw a video of him snatching her phone out the club, like being very very aggressive with her. And all I saw is a whole bunch of comments from BLK women talking about how, oh, have you not had your phone snatched before? Oh, I don't mind my dude taking my phone like that. That turned me on, etc., etc. And I really wish that we as BLK women would stop minimizing the signs of abuse. That's exactly how you end up getting the brakes beat off of you and your teeth kicked in and your eyeballs blacked because you're making excuses for what you know to be true. Like, these are not normal things. Like, a man that respects you is not out here calling you to be word, snatching your phone, jerking you up, telling you what you can and can't do. Like, that is not sexy. That is not masculine. And if you think so, I promise you, you're going to get your head knocked between the washer and the dryer. Period. So it's like we got to stop excusing and making excuses for these men that are showing toxic abusive traits. We have to. Because every time you overlook it, this is what happens. Or if you overlook it because he got some money or because he got some status, this is what happens to you. Honestly and truly. And I think that this happens a lot in the black community because of rap and hip hop and the culture that's been curated where we associate toxicity with masculinity. How all the rap was like, oh, black men, he's hard, he's sexy if he's out here unaliving people, smacking people up. This is not sexy at all. And I think that we have got to start making the hard conversations and talking about why are there so many BLK men unaliving and abusing BLK women. It's happening every day. They're sending somebody upstairs every single solitary day, multiple times a day, unaliving BLK women because they don't get their way. The woman don't want to be with them no more. They've been cheating on the woman, and the woman's tired of it. They on a DL, and the woman found out what's going on. Like, honestly, let's talk about it. And we need to also talk about the ways to realize the signs of these predators before you even get in a situation. So you don't end up being unalived or choked up about this girl, like this young woman. You can go ahead, Vanda.
Hello, ladies. Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
I want to agree with everything you say, and I believe is the romanticizing of the struggle. Love is pain. Love is hurt. No, it is not. We have to stop romanticizing that. We have to stop romanticizing that. If you can swallow hits and you stay long, you are strong. No, if you're allowed to swallow hits and you stand up, means you are broken. You're not strong because you are a strong box ball. No, no, you are broken. You're not strong. You have no boundaries. I believe we have to 100% heal from it. Stop normalizing struggle love. And one thing I've seen happening a lot, and I hate it, is this so-called mentality that the best S is the makeup S. You know?
Yes, yes,
So
I know
you
exactly
have
what you're talking about.
this, you know?
Yes, yes,
So
I know
you have
exactly what you're talking about.
this after we fight, and then we have the great ending. Ew! So literally the mindset that you have to put your brain on So literally the mindset that you have to put your brain on survival mode, on fight or flight status to feel some type of excitement for a lot between, like in my family, in between growing up, and I don't find nothing romantic about that. I
Oh
find
yeah.
nothing amount. Remonte bed. If you want to break my back already. We're not gonna fake fight or fight for at the end of the day. How can you even lie with the person that you? No. I can't. I can't. We have to really stop it. We have to stop with the struggle love. I believe it starts already from young on that. Oh, sorry, that is really loud. Wait.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what she was saying. I think that BLK women have definitely been indoctrinated into thinking that certain types of behavior are acceptable and are cool when they're not. I definitely agree with that. And I think that at the end of the day, unless we as BLK women unpack this like ideology, more of us will continue to suffer because these BLK men are unaliving women every single solitary day. Black women make up 10% of the female population in the United States, yet make up 59 to 60% of all unalivings of women. So that means there is a definite problem going on. Something's happening with black women. And, of course, we cannot control the actions of men. We cannot stop BLK men from being abusive, and this isn't to say that other races of men aren't abusive, but the majority of the men that are taking out BLK women are other BLK men. So we cannot stop them and for what they're doing, their actions, but what you can do is protect yourself by watching out for the signs and also being more discerning. A man snatching your phone, it's not sexy. A man yelling and screaming at you is not sexy. A man calling you his B word is not sexy. If he is exhibiting any of these thug signs like this Boston Richie person, that's somebody that you need to stay away from. And I understand that we as BLK women and men have been programmed to think that masculinity is violence and masculinity is acting ignorant, but it is not. If that man is not kind and gentle with you, but he's got all this rah-rah energy for you, that's not somebody that you need to be entertaining at all. Because if he's acting like that, he can easily put you in the dirt. But I'm gonna keep moving forward and let everybody else speak. Go
Hi,
ahead, only Vicky.
hi, host.
Hi.
It's my first time on your panel. I actually want to speak about something that happened to me. I was in a abusive relationship, and one thing that I will just tell you the things, a little bit of the things that I experienced, and why that I will just tell you the things, a little bit of the things that I experienced, and why I excused them. He would say to me, I was the worst mistake that he made in his life, even though that I was the only person that was there for him. There was a time when we had an argument and I threatened to leave. And he took our child and he said that he will throw the child down the balcony, kill himself, and kill me if I dared to leave. And even before then, I mean, the warning signs were there, but even before then, when I was giving birth to our child, I had a cesarean. They had to literally escort him out of the hospital and they called CPS because he was yelling at me. And I told the nurses, I don't feel safe, right? But I still took him back. When I was in that relationship, one of the things that I noticed is I was scared for him, not for myself, not even for my child, but for him. Like, I didn't want to call the cops. I didn't want to get him in trouble. I knew that what he was doing wasn't right, but it's almost like because he had a tough childhood, I was excusing his behavior. And I was waiting for him to change and change. But it came to the point where I realized, like, nah, man, this dude isn't changing. Every time he doesn't get his way, it's such a big outburst. Either he'll take his shoe to try and hit me with it while I'm holding our baby, or he makes threats like, oh, I'm gonna unalive you, I'm gonna take your phone. And he was from Nigeria, so he would say that he would unalive me, take, my phone so that they cannot trace me, and he would go back to his country and no one would find my body. And these are the things that I was hearing. So when I look back at my history as to why I thought this was acceptable, I look at my parents. They were still married, but I grew up in a household where my dad would beat my mom, and she would excuse it. He would beat us, and she would excuse it. She's a definition of what we would call a pick me mother, where she would literally uphold her husband against all things. There was a time that my dad literally wanted to beat my ass. I locked myself in the room and I called the cops. When the cops came, my mom blamed me. And I think, you know, when I look at my dating history, I always attracted men like they were cool at first, but they got aggressive. And I used to blame myself a lot. So I think when it comes to women accepting this type of behavior, you have to look at the mothers. You have to look at what they saw growing up, because I believe if I grew up in a household where my dad was not abusive to my mom and my mom didn't accept it, she wasn't a pick me, I would have had that mental strength to leave. The reason why I left is it's almost like I just woke up one day after him having another outburst and I was like, nah man, this is not gonna change, and I'm drained, I'm tired, I have kids, like I don't want them to see this. And that fear that I had, that I didn't want him to get into trouble, that fear left me. So that's my submission on that.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Vicky. I really do, for sharing your experience, because I think that you may be able to really help somebody for sure. And I want to say that I know it doesn't mean anything, but this is the first time that we've ever had any type of interactions. But I just want to say that I'm proud of you for being able to get out of that situation, because there are a lot of women that don't have the strength to do it, and they end up, unfortunately, losing their lives, like, for real. And I just want to say that.
Thank you so much.
No
Yes.
problem. I did want to respond to Sepia in the comments where you said only white men lead in DV. Um, I, Sepia, I think that, first of all, that's a weird statement to make, but as I said earlier, like, when you look at the numbers and stats, most crime is intraracial, which means that it happens to the person of the same race. So when we talk about black femicide and black women, which is all who I care about, respectfully, the people that are taking out BLK women are other BLK men. So you bringing up white T men is pointless. Like, it's literally pointless. But let me keep going, moving forward. I'll give everybody 2 minutes to speak. Go ahead, Prince, and then we'll go to Kalandra. Go ahead, Prince.
Hey, thank you for allowing me on your platform. And I wanted to speak from a man's perspective that I'm you, you know
You got a loud background.
yeah yeah matter hold on a minute.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying. Um, okay, yeah, go ahead, Prince.
So what because you're not like the only panel on here that I hear talk about this, and I was just trying to understand like I want to be careful with what I say, because I understand this is a very sensitive topic, and um, but I do think that there's like accountability that has to be um placed on certain people with the people who they're picking. Some
Okay, Prince, I'm gonna stop you right there. That is, like, literally an insane thing to open your mouth and start up with.
Mhm.
Honestly, and then you wonder why, like, there is so much of a disconnect between BLK men and BLK
Yep.
women. The fact that
Yep.
you even opened your mouth to first start off by saying that, instead of saying that, hey, maybe there's accountability that needs to be done with the fact that repeatedly, constantly, we have the highest rates of femicide in the black community. So let's talk about regulating black men being able to emotionally regulate themselves to where they don't go straight to unaliving somebody
Are
because
you
a
speaking
woman
about
doesn't
all
want to
black
be
men
with
or
them
certain
anymore.
black men?
What I'm speaking about, whoever it applies to. If I say
Don't speak
something
in
and I give you,
generality.
wait a minute, get out of your feelings, Prince. And this happens all the time with black men, which is really disturbing. Every time I talk about black femicide, there's a black man that comes in and says, hey, are you talking about all black men? Are you talking about me? Do you unalive women? If not, then I'm not talking about you. But it's still a problem in the black community. And this just lets you know, like, in real time, because it's so crazy that the majority of black men do not care about black women. They don't. They don't care if you get unalived. They don't care if you left a single mother. They don't give a doggone. All they care about is the impression of what you speaking out makes of black men. That's it. They only care about what their fake image or whatever it is. You can say, hey, you know what? Black women make up 10% of the female population, but they make up 59 to 60% of all of the unalivings of women in the United States. You won't hear a black man say, wow, that's a lot, isn't it? Well, who's doing it? You say, well, statistically, over 90 to 95% of the time, it's another black man because crime is intra-racial. They just come up and say, hey, why you talk about black men like that? Why you talk about that? You making me look bad. So you shouldn't talk about things that are actually affecting you, even though every day, if you pay attention, which I'm sure Prince doesn't, you will see another black woman every day being unalived and put in the dirt, in the ground, because some black men can't emotionally regulate themselves. And that's crazy to me that you would talk about that, even though I just said that black women need to recognize the signs. Even though Vicky, who just explained her experience, said that, she explained what happened. Her mother, she explained what she saw. She explained what she experienced. And what led her down those roads to make those choices. But yet and still, you didn't lead with empathy at all. What you led with is, I think we need to put responsibility on the women and not the men. Because it's the women's fault that they're getting unalive because they choosing these unalivers. As opposed to talking about why black men are doing this the most out of anybody. Just a disgrace. Just an absolute disgrace. You and your yellow work hat. I hope something fall right on your big old head. Let me keep going. Go ahead, Kalandra. Go ahead, sis.
Problem is, you are like that guy. Yeah. Is no accountability for black men. They don't take accountability. Blaming someone. No one signs up to be in a DV relationship. Sorry, that's my son. No one signs up to be in a DV relationship. I think black men need to go to therapy, learn how to control yourself, learn how to be an adult. If you're in a relationship with a woman and you feel like you need to put your pause on her, you need to leave. You never have a reason to put your hands on someone. You don't have the reason to control them. I think it's about control, not having accountability. I think so many of us excuse it because, like, I grew up seeing my mom get AB by my sister's dad and by her husband, and my mom never would leave. Like, she would just accept it. And I think the reason why she did, because my mom, like, looking back at her life after she unalive, I think it's because she didn't get that love in her childhood, and I think she went to go look for it in other men because her mom passed when she was younger and she didn't have her dad. So I think that she looked for that love that she didn't receive from her parents in a man. And so therefore I don't think she decided that when she was getting AB by men to leave. And that's why I always say, love your daughters better. Love them better. Don't teach your daughters. Start by when they're children. Never teach your daughter that when a boy is mean to you, they like you. That is not what we should be teaching our children. Love your daughters in the way that you love your sons. I definitely think that. Like,
And you know, there's a saying that says, love your sons, raise your daughters.
That's
When
a
it's
problem.
actually supposed to be love your daughters and raise your sons.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. We'll let Kalandra finish her point, Vicky. Go
I
ahead,
think that's the
Kalandra.
problem. I think we're not loving our daughters in the way that we love our sons. Like, y'all need to love your girls. Stop being so strict with your daughters. Because the problem is when you're not strict with your sons, like I was just hearing about a case on TikTok, this dancer who was unalived by her child's father, and his mom, like the way his mom is, like, lady, you should have been calling him out. Like, you a woman first. Love your daughters in the way that you love your sons. Stop being hard on your girls, because the problem is your daughters is going to find the love that you did not give them in a man. And that's the problem. You're looking for that love that you didn't get in your childhood in a man. And I can say that because I did that with my child's father. When my child's father was AB and me, my dad taught to me the way he did, so that was normalized to me. Love your daughters in the way that you love your sons. But that's all I'm gonna say for now.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Kalandra. Let me go down here to No Games. Go ahead, No Games. Let me send you a request to turn your mic on, just in case you can't. But I tell you that just that whole interchange with Prince, that just really blew my mind, like honestly. But I mean, it really didn't, because it's just surprising. It's not surprising. It happens every time I talk about black femicide. I guess she might have made a mistake in requesting. I don't know, but this happens every time I talk about black femicide. It's always a BOK male that will come up here and attempt to disregard it, or take the topic and change it into something else. I remember the last time I talked about it, it was a BOK man that said, I was talking about like trafficking and the fact that BOK women are trafficked the most out of all demographics of women. And he was like, so why are you talking about this? Like, what did he say? He said that people get kidnapped and people get harmed every day. So why am I talking about it? I just want y'all to know that when y'all hear BLK women say that they don't feel respected in the community and that y'all are not protectors, these are all the reasons why that we feel this way. Because if you can't even have common human empathy for common human empathy for things that you hear, and you just start off trying to throw it completely onto the woman, even her own unaliving, that's wild to me. It's wild. And I it just happened again, and it happens all the time, and like, y'all got to do better. But like I said, the whole thing is that I just feel like we cannot change the actions of men. We cannot change their degeneracy. We cannot change their violence. We cannot change their abuse. All we can do is make sure that we do our best in recognizing the signs. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you see somebody like Steven in the comments, who decided to talk about black women, and black raising, or we talk about when y'all said to raise the sons, and not just love on the sons, just like you raise the daughters, which basically just relates to not coddling black men and black boys, because that's exactly what we do in the black community. We coddle the black men, we coddle the black boys, and we don't do the same for the girls. We just go ahead and be super duper hard on them. And I think that in that we could do better. But like I said, I think Steven is just a problematic person, because instead of mentioning any of the other things we talk about, you're talking about something that's stupid. Like, I can't get with it. Let me go over here so other people can speak. I'll start here with Tether, and then I'll go down there to Dej. Hopefully,
Like,
if I'm not mispronouncing anybody's name, just let me know.
like, I don't. Yeah, you got some black men that unalive black women, and that's unfortunate. But I don't think it's like the news put it. I
So
think
you
they just.
don't think that
I
it's a
think they just
problem in the
over
black community?
misrepresent. I think they just over misrepresent us in the media. Like, let's take for example, like Gulf Coast, and this don't got nothing to do with that. Let's
Yeah,
just
I'm not
say,
going to talk about Gulf Coast. I'm going to talk about the United States.
yeah, that's what I'm
And
talking about. The United
okay,
States and Gulf Coast.
okay, so listen to what I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
Do you know that black women make up 10% of the female population here? Yet they make up 59 to 60% of all unalivings of women. They are also the most ex-trafficked demographic here in the United States. It's over 50%. Do you think that that's a problem? Do you think that that means that something's going on? And it's not a small problem, and it's not just the media, because these things are happening.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying they're not happening. They
But
happening.
you,
It's
when you
happening
say
everywhere.
that, you're attempting to minimize it by saying you don't think it's the way the media is representing it.
No, I
When it
just think they
is,
overrepresented.
they don't overrepresent it. Nobody even cares about black women when these things happen. I bet you don't. How many black women have you heard that got unalive this week?
Probably a couple. Just I heard
How many?
same
Well, I've
thing.
heard right now
Whites,
offhand of
blacks, Asians,
okay,
Mexicans.
we're not okay. I'm not talking about whites, blacks, or Asians. I'm talking about black women. How many black women have you heard of that have been unalive this week? I've heard of 25 personal stories. So if you don't care about black women, or that's not something you're into, of course you're not gonna know. So what are you really saying?
Why you say
It sounds
I
like
don't
you're
care
trying to
about black
minimize it
women?
again. Yeah, what?
Why did you just say I don't care about black women?
Because the fact that the first thing that you decided to do when you came up here, and you were up here when you heard Vicky telling her story, you hear us up here talking about black femicide, the first thing that you do instead of acknowledge the issue is to say, oh, I don't think it's that big a deal. I actually think it's being overrepresented. I think you're seeing too. I don't think it's really that big a deal. As you sit there with Franks and beans and not being a black woman, why would you say that? Do you think that that's insensitive? Imagine if you were talking about police brutality and what you feel like, or you feel like you're afraid you get pulled over, or if you feel like something's gonna happen and it's a panel of men talking about that, and I come and say, I don't think that it's a big deal that you guys are really being profiled and attacked. I don't think it's a big deal at all. I think you guys are just, no, I just think that basically it's all in your head. It's not that many. It's only one or two. It's being overrepresented here. Wouldn't you feel like I was trying to minimize what you were saying? Wouldn't you be offended that I was kind of downgrading something that you think is a real issue for you and other black men? So you don't see how that's a problem? Huh? Like, y'all gotta get a grip, bro. Y'all don't have no empathy, no respect. And I wish that y'all would understand that the lack of empathy that y'all have towards black women means that you don't respect them. It means that you don't care about them. It means that you don't love them. You don't love your mama. You don't love your sister. You don't love any women that you get involved with, because if you did, you would care about the things that are affecting them. And that's it. And if anybody says that black women being unalived is propaganda, when literally it's a woman every single day being put in the dirt, you're a dummy. My friend, one of my closest friends, was unalived by her black husband. Please stop the games. Like, this stuff is just online and it doesn't happen in real life to people. Let me block this person. Okay, hold on. You about to get blocked. Hold on. Let me block you. You're gone. United Crypto. Goodbye. Let me keep going here to Deja and then T. Go ahead, Deja. Or if I'm mispronouncing your name, let me know. I'm sorry if I am mispronouncing your name. Yeah, Deja, are you there? If not, somebody said people. Let me block you too. Am I about to?
I'm here. I'm sorry. My mic was
Okay.
off.
Oh, no problem. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah. So I'm just reading like some of the comments and stuff too, because I was responding to this man up in there who was talking about why are we not talking about black women and abortion rates? I'm like, that's not the topic of discussion. Like, come on now. We're talking about why black women are being unalived at rates that are higher than any other ethnicity or gender in the United States at this moment. And specifically as being someone who's been a victim of DV twice over, I don't, I feel like what I've learned so far is that there's some type of control. Like, it's like something is wrong with these men nowadays that think that they have to have control over women basically, and over black women specifically, where we enter a relationship with that black man and they think that we're now their property. And that's not how it is. That's not how it's supposed to be. We are our own people. We make our own decisions. We have our own thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I think because you touched on it, where it says like men aren't being raised to to have more control over themselves. I definitely feel like that is a huge problem. It's like a lot of men nowadays are raised to think that they have to be hyper masculine or be the man basically, and that means that to topple over women or to disrespect women or to be just cold and nasty towards women, period. And then when I wonder why there's a lonely man epidemic going on, like we can't trust men. I don't even trust my own father, unfortunately, and that's a whole nother story in itself. So it's like I don't know what's in the water and why unfortunately black women are being unalived at this rate, but it's honestly sad and sickening, and it makes me even like worried about what my daughter's gonna face when she grows older, because she's a black girl, and I don't want her to face any of the type of things that I went through with black men specifically. It was traumatizing, honestly, and I'm still even in a case right now dealing with her father. So I don't.
You are so brave for sharing this. I just want to like give you your
Go ahead, Deja. I'm sorry. I don't
please.
know. I see.
No, no,
Um,
no.
yeah. Let me drop this person. I'm sorry, because I think she's got to be on some BS. Were you finished, Deja?
That was just my thought, I guess. That's kind of what I had to share and say.
Okay, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I definitely feel the same way. I do think that it's a culture that's been curated by like media and entertainment, and more specifically, like, the introduction of gangster rap that has made black men feel like they needed to be like, hyper masculine and show violent behaviors. And also that is also brainwashed black women to feeling like that's an acceptable, display of masculinity. Like, how you have people like Asian Doll that say, oh, I don't want to talk to a man if he hasn't unalived some people or whatever. They end up buying into that same insane mentality, but they don't understand that when they buy into that and they are attracted to those type of men, it a lot of times leads to abuse. But even if you're not attracted to that type of man, the brainwashing is still complete in a lot of black men through the music and the media, that they feel like those are appropriate ways to handle women, but like I said, I don't know what was up with that lady that was on
I
here.
think I think she was trying to, like, I guess, show some sympathy, because she said
Oh,
I was brave for sharing that, but like,
So how do
yeah, I
y'all
think
really feel
cut
about her?
in by
okay.
accident.
Okay, I just want to make sure she wasn't interjecting on you, Deja, because I sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was just like I said, throwing my thoughts out there. And yeah, you right about the media nowadays. It is pushing a certain type of imagery, especially, I feel like, personally, the rap game, all of that, how it's being pushed to be so violent. It's like, it's not necessarily even curated to our generation, or I would say me, because I'm a 24-year-old woman. I don't think it's curated to me or my generation, because I'm a 24-year-old woman. I don't think it's curated to me or my generation, because my generation don't even like that type of music. It's really a lot of the young people that's listening to that, and a lot of those young people are young men, or YNs, we like to call them, basically. And it starts there. It really does start there. And if they're being programmed to think that, oh, I gotta be violent, I gotta be hood, or I gotta call females bitches and hoes and all types of stuff like that, and then automatically, yeah, they're gonna be all like, okay, so this is what I gotta be to be a man, and this is what I gotta do when I grow up. And we're not, like, black men nowadays, especially that rap game, they're not setting good examples for them. They're not. And on top of that too, I'm gonna say, and I say this, and I mean it with all love and respect, but the parents also gotta be vigilant and filter what these kids are seeing nowadays too, because
Yeah.
you can't control what other people are posting and putting out there. I understand that, but you can control what your child is, consuming, basically, because what they consume is what they become. That's just like, the law of nature, or the law of God, I would say. That's how God is. So a man thinketh, so he is.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think that I agree with everything that you said. And I did want to respond though, and then I'm gonna let T speak to Tether, who just commented, say how y'all feel about us. I think that this is exactly why sometimes I really do feel like the reason why there are like a very a nice little percentage of black men that seem to gravitate towards white tea women is because sometimes y'all do exhibit a lot of the same characteristics of needing to center yourself in every situation. You talking about tell us how you feel about us. This isn't about black men. This isn't about y'all. Y'all are not being targeted by black women. Y'all are being targeted by other black men, absolutely, but y'all not being targeted by black women. When you see a black woman down the street, you're not concerned that you're going to lose your life. You're not concerned that she's going to grape you or beat the brakes off you or unalive you and put you in the dirt. You're not. So that it's not about y'all, and it's not about how anybody feels about y'all. I don't like to you speak about emotions and what's going on. I like to speak about actual fact-based things that we can acknowledge and address, and tangible things that we can do, so that you can say, so you can't say, oh, you're in your feelings, oh, who hurt you. Statistically, we have a problem with the unaliving of black women, period. Statistically, black women are unalived the most out of all other groups of women. There's a reason for that, period. And there's a reason why black men don't see any value or worth in their women, that they're the main perpetrators of these acts. So you think about that. Do you love black women? Nobody's being emotional at all. And I think that what's crazy is that the only person that was highly emotional and disrespectful was you. But I think that oftentimes when men cannot weaponize anything against you, they choose to just use the same old insults that they have regurgitated to every single black woman that they ever speak to. But anyway, I've said nothing emotional, sir. I would have to be like emotionally connected with you in some way to even get emotional with you. That's just not my nature. Like I said, you can't argue with facts. You can't argue with numbers. there's a problem. And until you man up and take off your panties and actually wear some underwear that is designed for men, and you actually realize that there's a problem without getting your feelings about it, we won't be able to get anywhere. And it's really just that simple. But let me go down here to
Yeah.
T. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Could I make one more note?
Yeah, just I'll give you 30 seconds and I gotta go.
Okay, no, because I want to be clear to all the men that are listening. I think that y'all forgot the way God structured a hierarchy, even in the family. Y'all are the head, but when y'all are driving the ship and y'all crashing it, what do y'all expect the rest of us to act like? Like, I'm just being real. If you're not taking control in the right way as a positive leader that God has appointed y'all to be, you're going to get the backlash that you're getting now. You're going to get us trying to figure out how we can take more control and be better, since y'all don't do it yourselves. That's why women are trying to create better families or be better in a sense of y'all are not,
Deja, I have to interject there because I think that when you say things like that, it makes BOK men feel like they're entitled to lead women to somewhere, and they're not entitled to do any of that. The only time you're entitled to do anything with a woman is with her permission, and also if you've proven yourself to be a leader. The black community is in shambles. Anytime anything goes on, it's put on the black woman. It's not put on black men. Just like you have the man here in the comments, Tether, that's talking about black women need to fall in line when it comes to us as black men. Why would any black woman fall in line with anything that you had to say when you couldn't even acknowledge the fact that black women are being harmed? And if you are indeed married to a black woman, I feel very sorry for her, because either you have unconscious bias, subconscious bias, however you want to call it, towards black women, because the fact that you wouldn't want to discuss without throwing it away something that could easily affect your wife is very disturbing and scary. And I pray for her healing, and hopefully one day she realizes that she has a ban. Go ahead, T Scorpio. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, darling. How are
Hey, how you doing,
you?
sis?
I'm Gucci. I'm good. The couple of things I just wanted to point out. I understand what people keep saying, like, it's a generational thing, like this new generation. Newsflash: Black men have always been like this. Have always been like this. It has been documented that Harriet Tubman's husband was abusive. This is during slavery. Black men have always been like this. The lewd and disgusting music, where did that come from? That didn't just come from the clear blue sky. It came from the men that were older than them. Snoop Dogg, bitches, hoes. Biggie Smalls made a song talking about how he defecated on a woman. This type of music have always been there. And why is Joe keep going off mute? Nobody want to hear you, bro. Come on. Damn. Getting on my nerves with that song, with that noise.
That's not even that serious.
Anyways, like I said, this is what we talk about. These are the leaders. This is why saying that men are the leaders is has been detrimental to us. Because of that, that's why they feel like anything bad that happened, they blame it on us. They are not the head. They were not meant to be the head, because if it was meant for them to be the head, the community wouldn't look like the way it does right now. Who sold us out? Who sold us on smack? The black man. Who is making all that rap music, that lewd and disgusting music that we're talking about? Black men. Who the one who perpetuated this culture and created the culture that we're in right now? Black men. And about that smush comment, it's culturally, it's culture. When black men say, if a man tell you to get a smush, you should accept the fact that you're going to be a single mother. Really? That is culture. That is culture.
You know what, T, I'm sorry. I just want to interject real quick before I forget my point on what you
Go
said.
ahead.
When you talk about abortions, the thing about that is what's strange to me is that everywhere you look, black men are demonizing single mothers, saying, "Hey, if you're a single mother, you're for recreation use only. If you're a single mother, you're worthless and unworthy. You don't deserve anything. If you're a single mother, and that means that you've had intercourse with a man before, so that means if you meet me, you're supposed to drop the draws for me, and within within 24 hours of knowing my name, or 2 hours. The minute I take you to McDonald's and get you that McDouble combo, you supposed to drop the draws. And then you wonder why black women, there are a lot of black women having abortions, because they don't want to be trapped with the stigma and the scarlet letter on their chest of men saying that they're unworthy pieces of trash. Y'all talk about single mothers every day. Talk about them in the worst way. Say that they're responsible for the black community. They're responsible for the decisions of grown men and everything else. So my thing is, why would women that you put that on want to birth children? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand why you don't correlate the abuse of the single black mother with the reason why there are women that choose to opt out of parenting. If y'all didn't abuse these women and say, oh, I'm not taking care of another man's child, or I ain't spending no money on him, I ain't doing that, I wish I would. If you do that, you a simp. If you take care of another man's child, you a punk. If that woman, oh, she a single mother, oh, bro, she's worthless, man, just go ahead and hit her, crack her, and throw her back to the streets. If y'all didn't say these things publicly all the time, what do you think that women, don't see that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And my thing is that let me block Tether. Tether, you gone. All right, you're gone. You're gone. And not only are you gone, I'm blocking you. Get lost. There's no reason for you to be here. You're a little bit too feminine and immature and in your feelings to be in there. But go ahead, T. I just wanted to address that point, because they act like they don't know where the idea of
Of course
women
they
not
do.
want to have children comes from.
Of course they do. They always like to weaponize obtuse. What they actually are obtuse. Actually, if I'm really want to go there and be honest, they're ignorant to education. They there and be honest. They're ignorant to education. These are the men that's saying that reading books is feminine, going to college is feminine. So I don't,
May I
you know,
interject, Miss
yo,
Ma'am?
be quiet. You gotta wait your turn.
We,
Did you not see? Did
we
you
got
not
you.
see how the way the host is doing it? This is the problem right there. This motherfucker is really entitled that somebody's eager to hear his damn voice. When up in his household, I'm sure when the women were speaking, he interfered, and all the women say, oh, let's listen to what Joe got to say. Let's listen to what Joe got to say. Joe, you ain't shit. We're not your mama. We're not your grandmama. We're not your sisters. We're not entitled. You're not entitled to be heard. You're not entitled to your words. Nobody is interested, because most likely you're gonna say something fucking stupid anyways. So moving on, what I'm saying, saying that the black man is leader, that shit has got to stop. They're not the head. They're not the leader. And if they are the leader, look at the black community now. And with Tether saying that, oh, the white team man gave us the smack, and they still not taking accountability that they're the ones who sold it to us. Who sold you shit? You black men, you love to shit where you eat. And that is the problem. You didn't take the smack and sold it to the white man. You took the smack and sold it to us. The reason why the generations is messed up to this day, y'all have genetically modified black people forever because of the shit that y'all sold us. That's one. Number two, like I said, black men have always had betrayers. It have nothing to do with the music of today. The music of the day had evolved from the music back then. Like I said, Snoop Dogg, Biggie Smalls, NAACP, all you can name them. All they music was lewd, disgusting, gangster, and talking about violence. That is not new. That is not new. They have always have been there. How you think they learned prison culture from? Because of the old heads had went to prison, came back and taught that shit here. The pimp culture, where that come from? That was in the 70s. That was in the 70s in black exploitation movies. How many movies that we got to see with Pam Grier getting sexually assaulted? And like it was
Yeah,
okay.
she meant NWA, y'all. She meant NWA.
That's what I mean. NWA, whatever they put. I don't care about their music, so that's why I got it wrong. You know what I mean? Basically, the music has always been here. It has always been here and always have been trying to always been corrupting us. They basically have succeeded. They basically succeeded to the point the new generation, the next generation is going to get even worse and worse and worse. This is not nothing new, people.
Yeah, the Scorpio, I want to tell also you guys something. Yeah.
Just a second, Vanda, I gotta go in line. I think I think Joe got mad at what you said, T. He dropped.
Of course he got mad and he dropped because nobody is waiting on Joe. And this is the shit that we talking about. But when y'all talk about coddling black men, they grew up in a household full of women with no structure, no schedule, just whatever they wanted to do. They ruled the house, being called that they are men of the house. After they father not there, they're being told that they're the men in the house. And they walked around as fucking tyrants. They walked around as tyrants, being gremlins in the house. Whatever they did, no matter what crimes they have committed, there's always some old black mammy talking about that's my boy. He did. Oh my God. He just like the woman that went on the news and cried about her son about to be unalived by the state after he done kidnapped a 19-year-old, raped her and unalived her. And she's on a live on TikTok crying about save her baby, save her baby. No, your baby need to go. He need to go.
All right, you guys. I'm actually, since I got so many people on here, I'm gonna go ahead and do the guest showdown thing. That way, everybody has 2 minutes to speak. Let me see. This first time I've ever done it, so but I think that'll probably be best. I'm gonna start it right now. Plus I wanted to always try this anyway. All right. I don't know why it's giving me. I guess it's doing a time stamp for when it's gonna start. But I'll just go down here to Dark Truth. Go ahead, Dark Truth, and then I'll start the showdown. That way everybody can get a chance to speak.
Oh my bad.
I have a
I was gonna
conversation.
land I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance
No,
to
go
really
ahead.
land. I'm so
Oh
sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead, T. Sorry
Yeah,
about
I
that.
was gonna say, and it's also like I said, no disrespect to you, sis, but even saying that if black men turn to God, they could be the man that they need us to be. That needs to get out of your system, and you need to just save yourself. That needs to get out of our minds. This is why black men got so much grace that they have. What you are talking about is grace, sister. I don't want to, they do not need grace. Did you not hear the host talking about femicide rate? This is why they able to do whatever they want to do and then just blame the woman. DV situation, it's the woman fault. Why did she say something? We grew up in a culture that's telling us that we got to watch our mouth when we talk to a man because he's going to knock our teeth out. Everything with these men be doing is always the woman's fault. Get the woman pregnant. She got some shmortion. Hey, that's her fault. Like I said, DV, it's her fault. Get raped and unalive. What was she wearing? It's always the woman's fault, and all of that grace got to stop. You're living in Dululu, talking about they're gonna turn to Jesus. How are they gonna turn to Jesus? They don't even acknowledge you as a human. They downgrade your pregnancy. They don't even look at you as a person. Do you hear what these black men say when if you were pregnant right now? If you got pregnant right now, they expect you to take your ass to work during postpartum. They expect after 2 months after giving birth, you supposed to just give it up to your husband because that is your duty. Stop coddling these dudes. Stop it. Stop it. Stop coddling them. Let them fall where they need to be. It wasn't meant for them to lead. It wasn't.
Okay, all right, T. I think I did the wrong thing, so I'm just gonna go and give everybody 2 minutes because that was not what I was supposed to be doing. I don't know what I did, but that was not it. The what? Did you want to respond to T? Hey, babe.
Yes.
Dark Truth. I'll hold on, babe. I'll let Dej respond to T, and then I'll get you.
Yeah, sure. So I understand where you coming from. I really do, especially being a black woman that has gone through that. Like I said, I just had my daughter in November, and trust me, a lot of the things I've been through with black men, my father, girl, I've been angry. I have been angry. So when I tell you I understand, I'm not sitting there saying I'm trying to coddle them in no way when I say that. What I'm really, I guess, not pushing, but really trying to say is that I've been in a position where, like I said, I've been a DV victim 2 times over. Some other stuff didn't happen. Shoot, the father of my child could have basically almost took me and her life by what he did by grabbing a car and trying to steer us into the island. Going down the street was going down. So it was I've been through it. Trust me, I've been through it with black men. I know. I'm not coddling them when I say that they need to adopt a Jesus Christ consciousness. What I'm saying is the fact that how do I put this? The knowledge I've come into about the Bible, period, it really does tell our history as black people, period. And
All right,
I
Dej. I'm gonna stop you right there because I'll say this for you. I believe in God. I believe in Christ as well. But it's a lot of people on here that don't agree and don't believe. So you putting yourself in that position of trying to convince somebody of something they don't agree with, you just on the losing end of it.
No,
So
I'm not trying to convince nobody nothing. I'm not. I'm just giving
yeah,
you knowledge of understanding what I came into basically. What I was trying to
yeah.
help was it T? I was trying to help her understand why I said I'm not saying I was coddling him, but I was really trying to get to the point.
I get what you're saying, sis. And let me tell you something. I know the Bible is the Black people's history book. I know all about the Bible. The Bible Greek word is biblios, and biblios means collections of books. I was born into this. I did not become it. I was born into this, molded by it, raised by it. I know exactly what you are talking about, sis. But if Black men didn't get it together at the time when the Most High was talking to them, what makes you think they're gonna get it now?
That's not what I'm saying. Though. That
No,
wasn't
that was
right.
a separate question. If
Right.
they was at a time when the Most High was directly speaking to them and they didn't get it together, what makes you think they're going to get it now? They were not meant to be the head. They really was not. That was a man-made construct. Well, I'm not going to tell you, no, I'm not going to say that, because simply that's your faith. You have the right to believe in your faith. But you have to understand how men, especially Black men, take your faith and weaponize it against you, and this is why they are abusive, especially in the church. You see, I'm just naming the church. You saw how homie, you see the church, they are so bold. They're so bold about taking your money to the point they don't even have to ask, even passive aggressively. They straight up said, "Give me your money." If girls are getting raped in the church, you saw how they shamed that 16-year-old girl for being pregnant.
Yeah.
The men weaponize religion against us, and to say all of that, and to say, when you say that, you have, I'm just giving you a different perspective, just real quick. When you say stuff like that out loud, there's a woman that is faithful to God, that is deep in her faith. When you say that a man is supposed to lead, you opening her up to a predator that's gonna hear her believe that and take advantage of her and hurt her.
I'm glad that you said that because that's not what I was saying.
I
Okay,
know, but I was just like I said, I was just
I
giving you a
understand
different perspective.
completely. You
All
know,
right,
I
you
understand
guys.
completely where you're coming from, T. I really do, and that's why I want to speak on the difference of doctrine.
I'm
There
gonna stop
are
right there, you guys, because we're going way off topic. That we're
I'm gonna
not.
say
This is not the topic.
not
The
not in
topic
this,
is
not in this
black
space.
femicide, and
Yeah,
that's
it
not in
everything
this
I
really.
want us to
space.
stay
I
focused on.
understand that it really was on topic. I promise you, it really was.
I just want to stay on topic about black femicide. That's it. That's what I want to talk about. If you guys got anything to say about that, great. But that's what I want to really focus on, because everything else, um, with everybody with differences in opinions and ideologies and belief systems, all it's gonna do is take the focus off of what really needs to be focused on, which is black women losing
And
their
that,
lives.
and I promise, like that was kind of my whole point. I was just trying to bring it full circle. That was it. So it
I'll
wasn't
give you
a
60
matter.
seconds.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll give you
it
60
wasn't
seconds.
it wasn't a matter of me trying to speak on biblical terms, but more so of like just trying to trying to push the not a narrative, but just lost my train of thought a little bit. I'm sorry, but men, specifically men. Unfortunately, yes, they have oppressed us as women, black women, and I hate that for us because it really puts us in this survival instinct mode where it is like forget men, we don't need men, and it's unfortunate because of the way they were raised. It was the way that another man, another toxic man, told them how to be a man, basically, and it pretty much does stem all the way back until the day the Bible basically, and that's where T was bringing it up at, where it was like there are men out there weaponizing this against us, and that's the unfortunate circumstances that we have found ourselves in as women. But there is a side of it where there are men who aren't trying to do that, who are trying to flip that narrative basically, and who are actually walking in that Christ consciousness, because that's exactly what we need.
Okay. All
But
right.
that's all I have to say about that.
All right. All right. So let me move forward. I'll go to Dark Truth and then Brown and then Miss Mac. Go ahead, Dark Truth. For anybody
Yeah,
that's on here, that's my
I
husband.
kind I kind of lost track of what I was going to talk about. I know it was
Okay,
it
you
was
want me
to
to come back
Joe.
to you?
Well, no, it was to the guy Joe, but I don't think he's in here anymore.
No, he
I guess
left.
I guess to any men that come up in here, just listen to what's being said, because I know he was trying to say that y'all was spreading fear. Nobody in here is spreading fear. The women in here are talking about real dangers that they face within our community on a day-to-day basis, and it's imperative that you listen and hear what they say and try to understand where they're coming from. If you feel like you don't do these things, then don't take it so personally. Don't be in your feelings about everything that's being said, but learn to listen. And that's all I got to say for right now.
Okay, all right, all right. I appreciate that, babe. Like I said, y'all keep it cute in the comments. Dark Truth is my husband. All right. All right, let me go down here to Brown. Go ahead, Brown.
So I just want to hop up just to say, I just personally have seen that we have, as women, as black women, we have been coddling our black men for a very, very long time. And then we have to keep in mind that we live in this patriarchal society where the idea for some of these black men, the household is supposed to be that way. So when you say things like, I need a man to lead the household, I don't really understand that concept. And I think that that is very destructive to our household, because in a household, we are supposed to function together. It shouldn't be any leading. It should be a togetherness. And then I'm not going to shift comment, but I do want to give an example to the young lady that was talking about the religious aspect and blah, blah, blah. I attended church very faithfully at one point. And part of the reason why I have never went back to an institution, I'm still believing God, but I haven't went back to that institution because I was sitting in there one day and the pastor got up there and he said, you do not want a woman with children because that woman is soiled. Okay. So as a woman who had a daughter at that time, you basically threw a message out to the men in the congregation that he wouldn't want me and that I'm supposed to remain single. Right. So that's the danger in mixing the religion with the relationships and whatever institutions that you attend. But yes, I firmly believe that we have been coddling black men from the beginning, not the beginning of time, but from a very long time ago, from the time that things I hear them talking about the feminine movement has changed to them. And no, we have not changed. It's just our circumstances has changed. We have some equal rights, which are starting to be rolled back now. But I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I just feel like I watch us coddle them all the time. And not only do we coddle them all the time, we coddle them to the point now they're blaming us for everything, right? We're the blame for everything that is going wrong in some men's life. There is no level of accountability on their part no more.
Okay, all right. Brown. Okay, so let me go down here to well, let me go up here. Sorry, before you, Mrs. Mack, I'm gonna go up here to Kalandra. I saw her comment in the comments that she wanted to respond. So I have Kalandra go and then Miss Mack. Go ahead, Kalandra. Let me send you. Go
I'm
ahead.
I think religion is a big problem in response to that girl to my Christ-like complex, because when you look at religion, some of these black men out here want to pick and choose what sin is worse than the next. At the end of the day, y'all, a lot of these men who come on these TikToks and bash them, a lot of these TikTok men who come on these apps and bash them have children and didn't marry none of the mothers. Why is that? Why are you having kids with these women and you're not marrying them? You're committing a sin right there. So I feel like some of these people, when it comes to religion, some of y'all want to pick and choose what sin is the worstest. Once the child, if you have a child, if you get knocked up and you're not married, that's a sin right there. So if you go ahead and have a deletion, what's the problem? The reason why some of these black men hate deletion so bad, I know that's not the topic, is because of control. They know that if they have a baby with you, a child is the only thing that keeps you in their life, because of the courts Like my dad did that to my mother. He went to court and out of control. It wasn't about us. It was about control. I need to know where you live. I need to know this. It's about control at the end of the day. And y'all want to have control. And the reason why you're beating and unaliving them is because you want to have control over them. And this is not even just a celebrity issue. Jenna Grimes just was unalived by her child father in Alabama. So when you want to sit up here, it's about control. And that's why, and the reason you want to talk about leader household, some of you are not leaders to begin with. You're not a leader. Why should somebody follow you and you're not a leader?
Okay. All right, Kalandra. All right. I mean, I like I said, I said that I think the leadership is a dangerous conversation. I think that just saying somebody is supposed to lead you because they have a penis is insane to me. You know, and I mean, are we all kids or are we grown adults? Like I think that marriages should be based on partnerships and based on you lead here if that's what you good at. I lead here if that's what I'm good at. I don't believe in that, oh, let me lead you and guide you because I'm the man and you just a lowly woman and you just need me to lead you. Nah, because if people that really have functional marriages or, you know, my parents were married, you know what I'm saying? My grandparents, both sides were married. All I ever saw is the woman running things behind the scenes anyway. That's all I ever saw. You know what I'm saying? And the man coming home and giving the woman the money and saying, hey, yeah, go ahead and do what you got to do with it. Take care of the bills, take care of everything. My mother used to give my father an allowance on his own check. So I don't know nothing about the man leading like that. So I never seen it. And I'm not saying that you want to emasculate your man to make him feel like a sucker at all. But this whole thing of really just feeling like you just gonna put everything in the man's hands, I feel like you setting yourself up for the okey doke. Just my opinion. All right, let me go down here to and like I said, I am a person that believes in God and Christ, but Christ didn't tell you to be no dummy. All right. So go ahead, Miss Mac.
Trigger, good morning. Good
Hey,
morning.
how you doing?
I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead on and answer the prompt. Why are men, so many black men unaliving and abusing black women? Um, Control, ego. They think that they can put their hands on you to put you into submission. Um, I don't know why they think that they need to put their hands on people, because I think if their mom taught them when they was little to keep your hands to yourself. That was when you start having friends at a young age. That's the first thing your parents tell you: keep your hands to yourself. Don't you put your hands on nobody. But here we are. I think women need to start carrying them a muscle tool and start putting them on the legacy site. Don't allow them to do that, because if they'll do it once, they'll do it again. Put them on the legacy site. Give their family something to do on the Saturday and Sunday. Let them make arrangements for them. I think if that number goes up, they'll learn how to keep their hands to themselves. Which they probably ain't. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of GoFundMe pages and a lot of fish fries. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with you, because if you had to make a choice between you and him, you need to pick yourself at all costs. Um,
All right.
and you know, keep your children safe, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna treat your children like you are. So always pick yourself.
Okay.
Uh, Secondly, why so many black women make excuse? Uh, Delusional. You know, they coddling them till they can't coddle them no more. We see it every day. You know, as soon as somebody unalive them, they get on the news and say, "My baby didn't do this to that third." And you search their Facebook page, they got assault pew pews and Pooh Shiesty mask on. Stop coddling them. Stop making excuses for them. If they a bad person, they just a bad person.
Hey, Miss Mac. I'm sorry. I just want to interject real quick and make 2 points. No, it has really nothing to do with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. King Cody in the comments, you said all we see is fear of the black man, and the statements and comments prove it. First of all, I really need a lot of y'all to think critically as opposed to getting in your feelings. I think that a lot of things that y'all put on women, especially black women, is really projection, because the emotions that y'all display when anybody brings up very real things that affect black women is very disturbing and very telling. That's number one. We're talking about black femicide. That's what the whole conversation stemmed from, and why the fact that black women are being unalived at the highest rates in the United States of America. The fact that, I'm going to say it one more time for anybody that didn't hear it, black women make up 10% of the female population, yet they make up 59 to 60% of all unalivings of women in the United States. That is indeed a problem. A black woman has a 7 times more higher chance of being unalived by her partner. When they do the numbers, the majority of the time, these black women are in relationships with black men. So that is a problem. Most crime is intraracial. So let's talk about it. There are issues happening here. And for you to make it that somebody's scared, if somebody was scared of you, they would have the right to be scared, because if a black woman is going to be unalived, 95% of the time it's going to be one of y'all. That's a fact. That's not me hating on y'all. That's not me spreading propaganda. That's me telling the truth. Y'all say facts over feelings, but then when somebody gives y'all facts, y'all get in y'all feelings. Okay? And number two, the other thing that I wanted to address is that while people are here, something that black women can do is, because black women, we cannot control black men. We cannot control their actions, their thoughts, what they gonna do, what they not gonna do. There's nothing that we can do. So the only thing that we can do is control ourselves and our own actions. So I don't want people to think that I'm trying to victim blame black women for losing their lives at the hands of black men. I am not. I'm just saying that we can't control them. All we can control is ourselves. And the first thing that we can do is to, number one, stop normalizing violent behavior, aggressive behavior. Because if a man, you getting to know him, he's aggressive with you, you get knocked behind the washer and dryer, it's soon to follow. Like with this whole Boston Richie situation. Before it was known, they said that he was out there, strangling her while she's pregnant with his child and all of this and that and third. I saw a video of him aggressively snatching her phone, all up in her face, yelling and screaming. It's so many black women in the comments. Oh, that's how I like my man. Not to, they don't play about me. Oh, I don't mind my man snatching my phone. You ain't never had a man snatch your phone before. All of these type of crazy comments. First of all, if he's snatching your phone, he's up in your face. The next thing he's going to do is punch you in it. And that's a problem. But like I said, it's cultural to where we make hypermasculinity bad behavior, like T was mentioning with NWA, Tupac, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Dr. Luke, all of these ignorant Negroes that were spreading abusive women, disrespectful women, to where now not only have black men internalized that, but so have black women. But we've got to start looking at the signs. If a man calls you the B word, he calls you out of your name, he yells and screams at you, he's disrespectful, he's looking at red pill stuff, he's a very emotional man like half the men that are in my comments. You bring up something that affects black women, and all of a sudden, he got amnesia, and now you're attacking a black man because you're talking about your experiences. All these things are things to stay away from. He starts talking about, oh, let me lead you, submit, submit, submit. All of these things are red flags that you gonna get your butt beat later on down the line. So we as black women have got to see the signs and then disengage, period. You know what I'm saying? Women are getting too caught up with these men, having intercourse with them, second link up, third date, and then you'll be surprised when this man is a monster. You didn't even give him an opportunity to show you the character of the man that he was before you became involved. So all of these things can protect us as black women. I just really wanted to say that we have got to protect ourselves. We cannot control these men, but we definitely can control our access. And the first time he do something crazy, you need to go. And that includes cheating. Because if he'll cheat on you, he don't respect you, he don't love you, he don't care for you. And when men don't love or care for something or respect it, unaliving could be right around the corner. Period. He calling you out your name, B's, 304s, Lutz, he's out of the, get rid of them. All of those things will exhibit in violent behavior at the end of the day, period. So that's all I'm trying to say. Like, watch out for the red flags. Please, 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 please. And do not let any of these men in these comments make you feel sorry for them, because these same men that are in here talking about, is this a black man hating panel? Oh, y'all fear the black man. They don't be nowhere in these red pill lies when they're bashing black women, telling those black men, y'all must hate black women, don't y'all? Y'all fear black women. Why y'all talking about our black queens? They're nowhere to be found. Ashy. They just somewhere ashy, living it up, yucking it up at our expense. So don't pay no attention to them. All right, sorry, Miss Mac. Go ahead, sis.
All right. Also, we have to remember that when it comes to the femicide rate, they just think that the woman always does something first. No, so and I see the men in the comments saying that they are mentors, this and that and the third. Stay away from them. Like I said, go to your neighborhood shop and arm yourself. Because if they start talking crazy to you, they'll put their hands on you. Point period. Point blank. No, it's about respect, and we have to stop coddling them and letting them get away with everything. If they say something slick to you, you need to call them out on it. Don't be thinking that, oh, that's the way that they're supposed to talk to you. They don't supposed to talk to you like that at all. It's about respect. That's
Yeah. I appreciate you, Miss Mac. I also want to respond to one more person in the comments. K2 wants to smoke, whatever your name is. You said, what's your solution, host? It's very annoying when y'all ask me what's the solution, because how can I regulate the behavior of men that are unable to be regulated? How can I stop a black man from getting mad because his girl don't want to be with him no more, and him coming in the house and blowing her top off in front of their kids? How can I stop that? How can I stop a man from being mad that his woman don't want to be with him no more and going to a daycare and unaliving her with an AK in front of all the kids? How can I stop a man from being mad that his wife is tired of being beat? She's been with him for 15 years and he goes and preys on her while she's going to drop the kids off and cuts off her car with his car in the middle of traffic and gets out and unalives her right there. All three of those are real stories. So my thing is, you tell me what's the solution in getting black men to be more regulated. Because not only are they taking out black women, but they're also taking out black men as well. They're taking out the both of us. So my thing is that y'all tell me, how is that supposed to happen? Huh? I don't know. You tell me. I don't have any solutions for it. Sorry, my daughter's cooking something. She got the smoke alarms going off. But y'all tell me what's the solution. I'm not gonna try to make a solution on something that's not up to me to solve. Okay? It's not up to me to solve it. It's up to black men to solve it. It's up for black men to figure out why they are unaliving their women at a higher rate than anybody else. Okay, but I would say a lot of that y'all could do is stop consuming content that degrades black women. Stop following red pill creators. Stop listening to rap. Stop listening to NBA Youngboy and all these other ignorant Negroes. That could be number one. Start reading books about uplifting yourself in your community and your women. But y'all probably not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can speak about how many triple doubles LeBron James got. Y'all can tell me when LeBron James, when he started, how long he's been going, how many rebounds he got, how many layups he got, when Kobe started, what happened to Kobe, this, that, and the third. But y'all can't remember anything. But every time I tell y'all about something that's happening with black women, y'all too uneducated on the matter. Y'all don't know nothing. That's the thing. First, start educating yourself on what's going on in your community instead of things that's not serving you. Instead of you, anyway. Let me just keep going. Like, ridiculous. Miss Mac, if you didn't have anything else to say, I'm gonna go up here to Vanda.
I got one more thing to say. I just want to address a comment. I don't know if y'all read this or not. It's if anybody deserves to abuse to a woman, it's me. Abuse to a woman is me. you the type of person I'll put up in the sky. Okay? That's it. That's all.
That part. Oh, yeah. And you know what? But real quick, I just want to say one more thing. And another solution for black women is to be armed, to have your concealed carry, and to not play with these Negroes. Because I know that that's what I do. I'm taking pew pew classes. I know what I'm doing. If somebody play with me, he gonna meet his maker. He gonna find out all the answers to life automatically. Everybody talking about, do God exist? Do God not exist? Is Jesus real? Is Jesus not real? What's gonna happen? Is reincarnation? Whatever. You gonna find out all of it. You gonna know the answer to everything that you ever wanted to know playing with me. So I really believe that black women need to be way more like, what do I want to say? Arming themselves. Because a lot of black women, you may be scared to arm yourself, but you shouldn't be. All you have to do is go on Groupon, get you a class. The man will teach you how to load it, how to put it together, what to do, in what circumstances. They'll take you to the range. They'll give you all the information you need. Normally, a pew pew class, when they show you how to load it, pew pew safety and everything else, is about $40. It don't cost that much at all. It won't cost you that much. And you can go to a pew pew show, or you can go online and order, and you can arm yourself. That's the number one thing, and never be caught without it. Get you a little crossbody bag, keep you a little baby, you know what, pew pew in there, and just know that if he ever try it with you, if you got to defend yourself, you got to defend yourself. Period. So do that. That's one major way that we can solve things, because a lot of these men play crazy because they know that you're not going to play crazy. So if you play crazy and they know you going to play crazy, they may be less apt to play with you like that. And that's all I'm saying. But let me
Can
keep
I say
going.
something to that?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Then I
I
got to
was
go to
going.
Vanda.
Okay, I was just gonna add to that. Also to get a taser and mace, and maybe a little switch sharpener to do a little, jab if you need to, just to keep those on your persons at all times wherever you go, so that you can be protected from anybody or anything that may come. Also, I wanted to say something to, I forget what his name is. No, whatever his name is in there. Look, you got to stop the cap. Men aren't done with women. They're definitely not done with black women. That's why they on this app all the time complaining, trying to put them down and dehumanize them to make them more vulnerable and susceptible for them to manipulate them and use them. So that's straight cap. Don't listen to none of these dudes on here if they acting like they not trying to talk to black women no more. They all are. They just lying to everybody, and they just trying to make it seem like they not interested, or trying to make it seem like black women are worthless, so that they can hope that their self-esteem will go down and that they can get a chance with them and stuff like that. But that's all.
All right.
I agree with the host. Girls, if you ever did it,
Okay, let me go up here
I
to
agree with the
Vanda.
host.
Yeah.
I
Let
agree
me
with the
go
host.
to Vanda. Go ahead, Vanda. I'm sorry. I don't know. I got two weirdos up here today. I don't know what they got going on, but go ahead, Vanda. And then I'm gonna go to Super Villain and then Cookie. I'll give you 2 minutes, Vanda.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it quick. I'm from Europe, so we are not allowed to carry the pyong pyong. But I have a couple tips. Always have a travel site deodorant spray with you. You know those little industrial flashlights? They are tiny, a little bit heavy. Flash the shit in their eyes and hit them over the head with it. Always have a little metallic, like toothpick in your pocket. Everything on us women is a weapon. Everything. From our earrings until our heels, everything on us is a weapon. So I want to make that clear. Always defend themselves. And I want to say a couple tips. When they talk about fears, they are a predator. When they say it is not all men, or you think it is all men, it is a predator, because they want you to be afraid of them. And I wanted to go. I believe the Bible is extremely problematic, because in the Bible, right, it says that we are here to suffer,
Okay, Vanda. I
and that.
don't. Let's not talk about the Bible. Let's just keep it on topic.
Okay. Okay, and then I believe the cuddling too. Cuddling don't only put yourself in danger, put them also in danger, because you are enabling them. So that is one part. And I wanted to quickly tell the story about my grandma. You know, my auntie, that is the half sister of my mom. No, half sister, same father, not the same mother, is 3 years younger than my grandma. That is how creepy they are. And the thing is going on forever. It's not all this generation. It is going on for a really, really long time. And we have to stop cuddling this man, making it normally. It was literally when I became an adult and I start counting back the ages to know that my grandma was with my grandfather. He was already a married man from 38 years old, and my grandma was 14. So
Wow.
no, that is also, yeah. That's why she's, like I said, she is 3 years. My auntie is 3 years younger than her. She's the half sister of my mom. It's so weird. If you no. We have to defend ourselves. And I believe also one thing, ladies, we are winning. We are winning. That's why they are crashing out. That's why they're coming here trying to silence us. That's why they are telling us all this nonsense is because we are not being in silence anymore. We are telling other ladies to run. We are not anymore saying, oh, but he loves you. What does he do for you? But what do you love about him? We are like, run, and they are pissed off about it because we're not attacking them anymore. We're not hiding from them anymore. And we are leaving them in a really high rates. I'm so proud of us, lady. At least keep moving on before and leaving them behind. And if they take us down, please, between the eyes, okay? Because the number one reason for men are in every aspect the most dangerous stuff in a woman's life. One,
Okay, you got
when a
30
woman leaves a
seconds,
man, when she leaves a
Vanda.
man, yeah, when she leaves him, she gets unalived. When she's pregnant of him, she gets unalived. No. We just have to keep going on and stop leaving them. Period.
All
Period.
right. I appreciate you, Vanda. All right, let me go over here to. So I'm just trying to make sure everybody get a chance to speak. Go ahead, Super Villain, and then Cookie, and then KTW. Go ahead, Super Villain.
Thank you, Trig. First one, y'all tap the screen up. This is not something new. Triggered always has a space for us to have intelligent conversation. Can we just be reciprocal and at least do the free thing? Tap up the screen, throw out some hearts if you can, please. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the prompt triggered, but I do want to say one thing first, and I'll try to be as quick as possible. I know the club trigger. Look, the club is filled tonight. It's hard to get in the club today. Let me hurry up. Number one, I'm just gonna say this because I'm a realist, and I tell women the truth. We are not winning. Black women getting their heads knocked off their bodies every 3 to 4 hours is not winning. The little girl or black girl trafficking rates, which is abysmal because of the population size in the United States, that's not winning. I could tell you so many other things. We're not winning. We're wiser. We're spreading the message a lot more. But I'm not going to lie to y'all and tell y'all that we're winning. We're not. We're a lot further than where we came from, but we have so much more work to do. I just wanted to say that. I understand, we have been making some strides, but again, every 3 to 4 hours, a black woman's head is knocked off her shoulders. I know compared to other demographics, it may seem like we're winning as women in a whole, but absolutely not when it comes specifically to black women. And that's what the prompt is about today. Why are so many black men unaliving and abusing black women? I'm going to say number one reason is because they're not being held accountable. No one's stopping them or no one's saying that it's wrong. When you can get away with something, you do it more and more and more. A lot of our own are not holding these men who are doing this accountable. The government, there's jail, and we already know the amount of black men that are in jail, and yet the numbers are actually rising. They're not decreasing. I am the same as Triggered. I don't know how to stop this. I particularly don't look for solutions that involve men. I always tell women my answer will always be separate. To separate, I'm a separatist feminist, but I know some women can't do that. I don't believe in that lifestyle, and that's okay. But I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to stop it. And to go to the second prompt, why do black women excuse it so much? This is a great question, and I think this is something that needs to come back. Like, we have to constantly have this conversation. A lot of black women aren't indoctrinated. It could be society. It could be certain religious views. It could just be the patriarchy. It could be internal misogyny. Those are all very, very powerful things. Particularly to black women, our experience is different because our male worship looks weird because most men in our demographic can literally not do anything for us. And that's why it looks so bad. I would say black women need to focus on self-reliance, even though we are relying on ourselves, but we have to be able to move forward sans the interference of men. When we can master that in our mind, because we're doing it in reality, but in our mind, knowing that this is possible to do it without a man. Not saying that you don't need a man. I'm not doing that. I'm not going down that road. I've been beat up about that before. But when you realize that you can do things in your life and have a fulfilling life, sans the interference of men, a lot of the times you won't deal with certain bullshit, and that eliminates the crazy guys that will come around and be in your life. I'm not here to be on a soapbox. I am nobody's superhero. Trust me, I have my own faults, but I really, really love black women. I need them to start understanding that they by themselves are enough and everything else can follow after that. But I'm definitely going to be honest and say we're not winning. The rates are too abysmal. I don't know what to do about it, and I'm going to be honest and come up here and say it because I can't lie to y'all. And I think I'm going to yield there. Thank you.
Okay, all right, super villain. Thank you. I appreciate you. Always love to hear you on the panel. All right, let me go down here to Cookie and then KTW. Go ahead, Cookie.
Hey, Trigger. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's not morning, it's the afternoon now, but good afternoon. As far as the prompt go, why are they becoming so much unalive and abused by black men? The truth is, I agree with Supervillain. It's the lack of accountability. It's the there. If you can get away with something, you're gonna do it. That's what it is. As people have stated, yes, we have domestic violence laws, but I am an example and true testament. Whether you try to go get that paper, you will run into judges who will deny your paper. You will run into officers who will demean your case and not actually go out to seek justice, because for more than a lack of a better term, especially in our community, they have shaped it well, you're just going to be with them anyways, so why should I have to do my job, which is the paperwork? Because it's really just the paperwork part. It's not even that they don't want to hold them accountable. It's just that they don't see the actual benefits of doing that. And I feel like black men do this because they know that black women are not protected anywhere. We are the least protected in the world, and they know this. And because they know this, they're taking that as an advantage to unalive and abuse women because they can get away with it and people will excuse them for it, even their own mothers and the females in their families. And why do so many black women excuse it? My thing is this, is that I believe it's only two options. It's either because you went through it, now you have like trauma brain, and now you have some type of Stockholm syndrome. And I feel like that's very rare. That's probably like a 2%, in my opinion. I don't think that that's majority of the reason. I think majority of the reason, and I believe it deep down in my soul, is because they are jealous and they want you to suffer because they had to suffer. And that's how I truly feel. I feel like a lot of black women have went through abuse by the hands of a black man, or almost been unalived, and they carry that, and they may carry it as a badge of honor sometimes, and then they take it as, well, if I got through it, then you could get through it, and oh, you just got to start putting your hands on him and doing this, and they want you to do everything but leave and validate you that is not okay, and somebody should not be doing that to you. And there's no excuse for a man to be getting to the point where he's putting his hands around your neck. But that's why I said I feel like it has to come from a sense of jealousy and a sense of not wanting to be alone in their abuse, because nobody did anything when they got abused. And I land my plane there.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Cookie. KTW, before I let you speak, I'm going to let you speak, sir. I wanted to say, just to give you like a very good life lesson. If you didn't know, your means like, hey, can I have some of your cookies? That's YOUR. And YOURE, or YOU''RE is you are. So in the comments, you need to use that moving forward, because your YOU''RE it means you are. So when you say you're not saying the same thing. And it really makes you seem like you don't know what you're saying when you speak like that. Number two, I saw you in the comments and you talked about black women being victims. You know what I mean? I just talked about real ways that black women could protect themselves, but I have something else to say, but I'm gonna let you speak first before I say it. Go ahead, KTW. I sent you a request to turn your mic on.
Hello, thank you for having me. Um, all that spelling check really doesn't really apply to me. English and language was not my strongest subject. Math was. I have a trade in welding. I have a trade in heavy equipment operation. So
Okay, but this isn't
when
a
it comes,
dating show. This
when it
isn't a dating show.
listen,
No,
because
no, I don't gotta
you
listen
put
to nothing. This isn't a dating show. So I don't care about whether you're a welder. I don't care about what type of job you got. I don't care about none of that. All I
criticizing
care
my
about,
spelling.
no, no,
So
no,
I'm just
don't
letting
unmute
you know
yourself.
that
Don't
don't apply
unmute
to me.
yourself. What I care about is why you were so ignorant in the comments. So you can go ahead and speak on the topic.
I wasn't ignorant.
Okay, yes, you were. Yes, you
Explain
were, and I can
my
guarantee you, if
spelling.
I ask any, okay, so anybody, any of the ladies, did y'all see KTW's comments? Was he ignorant?
Oh,
Can y'all put a yes in the comments if he
No,
was
no, I want to hear
disrespectful?
from
Listen,
you.
Trigger.
Like,
I want to hear from
can
He's
somebody do
in
that?
here to be abusive, deviant.
I want to
He's here to
Exactly.
make
Trigger.
fun
Very
of victims.
ignorant.
This is what he's here for.
Trigger, I screenshotted his
one
comment,
person,
and
please.
every time I see you,
Let's be
sir, it's up and
civilized.
it's stuck.
Exactly.
Huh.
Shut up, KTW. Shut
It's
up. Shut up.
it's up and it's stuck. Cause you said that if anybody
Somebody's triggered.
deserved to hurt women,
Yeah,
it's
no,
you.
look. Hold on, just 1 second. I want you to understand something, KTW. There's no way a man that doesn't know the difference between your and your will ever trigger me. There's not a black man alive that can trigger me that's taking pictures with his middle finger up,
Oh,
as what T Scorpio has on here. Nobody
oh.
ever in my life. You are a uneducated pookie and you will always be one. I know you got some felonies. I know you got some criminality. That's the reason why you don't see nothing wrong with black men going upside a black woman's head. So stop the games. You not
And
triggering me at all. Do you think
and
that I don't deal with
did that stop me?
dehydrated
I'm
ashes
still
like you every
successful.
day? I deal with dehydrated
I'm
ashes
still
like you
successful.
every day. Every single solitary day. I come across a
I still got good
dehydrated,
credit.
uneducated
What are
pookie
you
with
talking
a
about?
record every day with a beanie on his head. Every single solitary day. So my thing is that you're
And you're
not
better?
different. It's a
Tell
million
me you're
one of you
better.
Negroes
Up,
on the
sir.
street, at the liquor store, whose
Tell
mothers
me
did
you're
not
better.
love them and did not care for them. So understand
I
that.
don't drink
You're
or
an
smoke.
ignorant pookie. So understand that for real. You I really need y'all to like take a look in the mirror
There's a
and not
picture
look
of
at
you
me.
with
Take a look in the
liquor.
mirror. Shut up. Because you're not gonna get no words out. You're not gonna get no word in. So you will be better off respecting me so that when I decide to unmute you, you can speak without being without being interrupted. You're not gonna be able to speak. So
You can't make it no fault.
Just enjoy it.
Homie,
You
just
want to
shut
Brother,
get
up,
brother.
smart?
man. Chill
You
Come
out,
want
on.
to
bro.
get smart? Dang.
Trigger, you
I
was
don't
too
need you,
busy
bro.
talking.
I don't
He
need
Mute
you,
just
while
bro.
the
admitted
host
it.
is talking. You're gonna
Trigger,
get
he just
dropped.
admitted it. He said being
You
a
don't need
felon and
nobody's
all
help.
that.
I'm
That don't
listening.
define me. He
Of
said being a felon don't
course.
define me.
Thank you.
This is a
Thank you.
down low pookie. This is a down low that don't like women, and he's confused about his sexuality.
Right. But
This is why he
He's
do not like
presenting as a
women.
straight
This
man.
is
He's
what he is
DL.
straight presenting, but this is a
He
down
is
low pookie
DL.
that do not like women. And in the video that he was having liquor in his hand, his pants hanging low, so he can shake his ass in front of other men, so he can
Okay.
let them know that he is
So
down.
So
That is
I want
exactly the type
to.
of dude this is.
I wish that KTW will understand that sagging your pants low is an invitation for a backdoor play. But I'm sure that you already know that
You
because
already know.
that's probably something that you indulge in. But I just wanted to say, like, I really want y'all to understand. I think that y'all don't understand the position that black women are in because y'all don't care about it. But black women that are on social media, every day we encounter pookies. Every day we encounter ashies. Every day we encounter black men who don't give two craps about black women, but want to be in their spaces and be in their face all the time. You knew this was about black femicide. You knew this was about abuse, but you ain't want to talk about it. You wanted to turn around and make yourself the victim, but you're a felon. You are a criminal. You're the exact type of Negro that we're talking about avoiding. You can't even spell, but you want to come up here and talk crazy. That's my thing is that some of y'all are so uneducated and so dumb, but y'all want to come and talk to women that are one of the most educated groups in America. That's the reason why there's such a disconnect. That's the reason why there's such a disconnect. T, you got a warning, sis? Yeah. T got a warning. So y'all reporting? That's what I mean. Like y'all. y'all can come up here and talk about black women every day. Y'all can talk about black women are 304s. You can talk about black women are single mothers. You can call black women nappy headed. You can say that black women are worthy for anything. They're for recreational use only, and all of these things. And we don't report y'all. We just go make a live about it or have a discussion amongst each other. But soon as y'all hear us say anything, y'all are so emotional. Y'all are so emotionally unregulated. Here y'all are reporting to people on the panel. T did a good thing in exposing the fact that this man was a pookie. And like I said, when I called him a felon, I already knew it. I'm not surprised that he admitted to being a felon. It was very obvious that he was one. It's like y'all wear the same uniform and then are surprised when I can tell that you're a postal worker. Like y'all have the pookie uniform on, but then be surprised that I know you're a pookie. It's just like a fireman being dressed up like a fireman and be like, well, how did you know I was a fireman? What gave it away? Well, the outfit, the suspenders, the hat, the fire truck. That's how I knew you was a fireman. Y'all come up here, can't spell, can't talk, can't emotionally regulate yourself. You got a beanie on your head, looking like you just came from down the block, serving up some smack, and then you think that I'm not supposed to know you a felon. I'm not supposed to know you a pookie. Like, be for real. It's very clearly obvious what type of men y'all are. And that's the reason why y'all feel the way that y'all feel, because y'all are ignorant pariahs of society. But like I said, it's y'all be blowing me, bro. Y'all be blowing me. I'm gonna let T speak. Because he.
Right. Listen. Hit dog hollers every time. When we are sitting up in here talking about femicide rate and talking about the degeneracy of black men, the ones who usually come up in this panel, usually the ones that be sitting there sliding out of walls in the comments, we the ones that they're talking about. And they do, and this is why I be saying these dudes are not leaders. They don't want to take accountability or have the responsibility of leadership. They just want to be tyrants. They want the title of being a leader so they can abuse you forever. That is the point. That is the point of these dudes. These dudes, like we said, like, gotta stop the coddling, because these dudes was told by their grandma, their mamas, their sisters that they are great men, and no matter how much, like I said, of a gremlin they are in their household, they come outside and be told, like, okay, well, the reality
I'm sorry,
is,
T. I'm sorry, T. Just 1 second. I just want to interject and say
you said his past. Hold on, wait.
This is the man that's talking.
Trigger, he misspelled it again. He said my past doesn't define me. You mean your past?
Let me just say this real quick. This man right here, this is the man that's talking. This is the man that's talking, and this is a good learning lesson for black women. If y'all see this man, y'all can see that his eyes are soulless. No, there's no life in them. There's nothing in there. Empty, dead eyes. Those are the type of eyes of a man that will hurt you, harm you, unalive you, put you in the dirt. If you don't believe me, look up like cases of black femicide and look up the mugshots of the black men that go along with it. They always have eyes that look just like this, dead with nothing in them. Now, I don't know if it's because, Big Bubba and Cellbox 12 played with his little bussy. I'm not for sure, but there's something wrong with this man. You can see his eyes. You can see it. But y'all can go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I know a download when I hear one. I know a download when I see one. And that's exactly what it is. He's taking his frustration out on black women because he don't want to be outed. He's taking his frustration out on black women because he's a prison to his own sexuality. And that's another thing we have to point out in the black community. A lot of these black men are struggling with their sexuality, and they're taking their frustrations out on us.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
Exactly. I just feel like this, if it's they constantly say this. They say that like, oh, I don't like women because I don't like this about women. I don't like that about women. That's the reason why I want to hang out with my boys all the time. That's the reason why I want to be with other hard legs. Well, sir, I have some news for you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and pick up your rainbow because you're G. Like, and it's just that simple. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just living your truth, King. Because my thing is that if you don't like anything that is normally, connected with women, but you like everything that is normally connected with men, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that you like men. And the thing about it is that you may be ashamed to like men, but we're in 2025. There's no reason to be ashamed. Nobody's going to judge you. The only reason why people are upset is because you're attacking black women because you're conflicted, sir. Like y'all got to get real. Y'all got to get real. And if y'all don't like black women so much, why are you here? Like you, KTW, why are you still here? Don't you have a parole hearing to go to? Don't you got a probation officer that you need to be talking to? Huh? Don't you got that little thing around your ankle? Huh? What are you even supposed to be online? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you sure? Because I know that your probation officer told me you ain't even supposed to be typing. So why are you even on here, sir? Huh? And that's my thing is like y'all be the lowest of society and y'all have nothing to offer, nothing at all to offer society, nothing at all to offer a black woman. But then y'all want to be on here talking crazy like y'all somebody. Like you a felon. You don't even got a degree, bro. You don't got a degree probably because no college will let you come in because of your record. But you want to sit there and you want to act like you somebody and talk about black women. Like, stop it. And this is what I mean when I say that black women have a responsibility black women have a responsibility seriously to stop coddling black men. Because when you coddle black men, you create a perfect storm for men like this. Men that have a way higher self-esteem than they should have. They have a way higher sense of accomplishment than they should because a lot of black women, unfortunately, require absolutely nothing from black men. Anything they do is great. Oh, well, we've been starving a whole week, but at least he went to the store and was able to get us some ramen noodles for 50 cents. Wow, he's such a black king. He's doing a great job. Oh, wow, he stayed out of prison for the last year and a half. He's doing great. Oh, wow. Like the standards that we have for black men are in the depths, the deepest, darkest pits of hell. And that's the reason why you have men like KTW that feel like they're somebody when they're actually nothing at all. And that's something that we as black women have got to take accountability for. That's why I say no grace, no grace, no grace, no grace, no grace for men at all. None. Because if they need to give you grace, they will not give it to you. Just simply put, we were talking about black women being unalived. And these black men came in the chat and didn't care. They said, they tried to make excuses for it. KTW tried to call black women, say that we're playing victims, we're being victim mindset and all this other stuff, because they will never give you the grace that you extend to them, ever. And that's the reason why I will continuously say, don't give them any grace. Don't give them a single drip drop of grace. If you don't come across a black man that is the top of the top tier, don't give anybody else an opportunity because you just reinforce black men feeling like they can be absolutely worthless and still be able to get you. But let me go up here to Supervillain. Go ahead, Supervillain.
I just want to thank you, Trig, because that's the kind of motion I want to see. Far too many often we're on panels and these nignas can say all this crazy stuff, and because they're getting coins and stuff, the host is just fine with it. I know when I come over here, you are nipping dash in the bud. He didn't even get a chance to get a word out. We are smart enough to understand his sentence, but every time, bam, bam, mute, mute, mute. That's how we need to start moving. I hate when I go to panels and these guys are able to say the most outlandish stuff. And you're right, Triggered. They don't get reports. They don't get violations. But we come here and we try to protect black women. And we say facts, by the way, not even, we didn't even get to our feelings yet. We're just stating facts and statistics. And here come the violation police. Here come the report police. They don't ever know how to fill out no form but the report form on TikTok. It's so annoying. So I just want to take the time and throw your flowers because this is what we need. We shouldn't be in panels when these guys are talking all this crap and stay there. We should be leaving. We should be coming over to Triggs Live, not staying over at panels when these men can say this outlandish stuff and we constantly get abused day after day after day. And then these same people are questioning black femicide rates. Real quick, Trig, we was on the live the other day when you were stating I don't know if you remember when you were stating the femicide rates and that black man came up and said, so people unalive every day, or that he didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I think not even 15 seconds later, a separate black man wrote into the live, a live headed by a black woman, a panel full of black women, a room obviously full of black women. And what did he say? He said all black women should unalive. After a black man just told Trig that her stats were wrong or that she didn't care. And then y'all will say y'all don't believe her. And then things like this happen. in our face in 4K. I don't understand why I don't get the math. I don't understand how people don't believe the statistics. If they can do this on TikTok and be outlandish, you don't think they out in the street plotting? You don't think that KTW guy got somebody in his basement? FBI alert. Somebody check his search history because he's not doing something he's supposed to be doing. We already know he has a history because he has a probation officer. I just wanted to bring it up. I love how you nip it in the bud, and this is how we need to be moving. They should be side note, they should be afraid to say anything about a black woman, just like they afraid to say things about you know what, another community. That's how we need to be operating on this app. I yield, Trigger. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, I see it all the time, and that's the reason why I don't have any, tolerance for it. But I just simply just, I just, like I said, that's the whole reason why I believe that black women should stop giving black men grace. I really do think that if black women stop doing that, that a lot of things would improve, because a lot of things black men do is simply because they know that they can. They know that black women, there is a black woman somewhere that will tolerate it. Is black women out here working 3 jobs to support a pookie that's at home playing a PlayStation just so that she can say that she have a man. There are girls out here having babies just to keep a man, only for the man to leave her and the babies. Like, there are women out here that are getting their heads knocked off every day, beating these girls up, abusing these girls. There are women out here that are being, young women and girls, being trafficked by men making them do things that they never ever wanted to do. All of these things are happening, but yet we see so many black women like, oh, there's nothing like a black king. Give my black man this, that, and the third. And, I'm not saying that if you have a black man in your life that he's been tested and tried, and that he's a good, decent man, that you're not supposed to uplift him. But this public uplifting of black men, to me, is absolutely insane. It's really crazy because it's not reciprocated. And I think that people don't look at it like real life. Like, you think about your mom told you, like, you can't buy friends, or if you keep doing stuff for people and they never do anything for you, they won't appreciate you because they just take everything that you give for granted. That is something that is actively happening to black women. But for some reason, there are so many black women that won't get the message. You are not publicly uplifted by black men as a collective. You are not. You are not publicly respected. You are not publicly protected. None of these things. So why are you continuously extending that grace to black men? The reason why they play in our faces the way we do is because we keep showing them that we can be played with. The more we say, oh, okay, nope, I'm not playing that with you, goodbye, and more black men will feel like they have to come with something better to the table. But there are just so many black women that are willing to settle for anything, which leads us in this position. But like I said, if you don't take anything from what I'm saying out of here, is do not give men a lick of grace. If you know that they would not do that for you, do not do that for them, period. Period. The first time they call you out your name, first time it's a cheat, first time it's a beat, first time they violate, he's gone. You don't give him a lick of grace for nothing. Period. That's how I feel. But let me keep going. Let me let Brown speak, and then Mrs. Mack.
Okay. I don't mean to cut the line. Can you put me on the big screen while they talk?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This man said not to take supervillains seriously, but meanwhile, he's in this video with a wig on.
Oh, my goodness.
You sure about that, sir? We shouldn't take my girl supervillain serious, and you sitting here making a video with your grandmama wig on?
Who is this?
Do better. Some dude in the comments that said, oh, supervillains shouldn't be taken seriously. And he was talking, right here, this dude right here. Main lingo.
Oh, my goodness.
This is main lingo.
T, you need an award for investigative studies because
Come on,
you be
bro.
on point every time.
Yeah, take off your grandmama wig before you come at a black woman. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, my goodness. They're always ashy, bro. Always ashy and dusty. Oh, my goodness. Let me go down let me go down here to go ahead, Brown Sugar.
Man, I don't even know where to start, but like on some real stuff, as women, we have to stop giving them free passes. I think that the behavior have just gotten outlandish, probably because of the pick me. So you got women who support this bad behavior, right? And I think that that bad behavior that they're supporting, it just got them escalated, right? And then not only is that bad behavior got them escalated, we are subjective to the fractured male ego, right? So I think it's a combination of like their ego, their pride, coupled along with the fact that they can't take dang on rejection, it's deflection. It's a combination of things that's supported by society and the patriarchy, right? And then not only are we society, not only is it supported by society and the patriarchy, we ourselves as Black women, we coddle, which means that some of us coddle and then some of us support. So as women, we have to make sure that when we see those dang on red flags, you have to walk away, right? You have to leave. You got some women that are so desperate to be in a relationship with a man. They're desperate to get married. They're desperate to do all of these things that they're really to accept these bad behaviors. And as women, we have to get to that place to realize that marriage don't define us, right? We may want to get married, have children, and have that wonderful family, but at the same time, we can't put ourselves in the line of fire, right? I don't think anybody understand. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't think anybody understand, because y'all definitely do. The type of toxic relationships that I have seen my friends in, relationships to where they can't leave because the relationship is so controlling that she doesn't work. So now she's trapped because she doesn't have any money. She has no way out. But she put herself in that situation because she had this idea of the nuclear family, right? So then now these guys are out here harping about this nuclear family and what it is that they want to see, this whole red pill crap, right? That has already poisoned an already poisoned mind. And all I can say is that I can just remember when I was a certain age, and it was all kind of tied back to rejection. I turned the guy down. The guy threw a bottle at me. To this day, I have cuts on my leg just because I said I wasn't interested. Right? And so they'll get up here and they'll spew nonsense like, don't put me in a box with all the other men. But we're not putting you in a box with other men, but your personality trait showed us up front. I can see you from afar now. And I refuse. And I hope there's other women out here that's listening to your live trigger that get it in them to refuse to put up with that kind of nonsense. There are good men out here that will love and respect you. You do not have to tolerate for some nonsense.
Definitely agree with you, Brown Sugar. Let me go down here to Mrs. Mack. Go ahead, Miss Mack.
I agree with everything Brown just said. We have to stop giving them grace. They don't deserve grace. They don't deserve no mercy, no grace, no nothing. Because it gets on my nerves when men say this does not happen. Because just last week a man got out of prison and went home and unalived his mother after she put on Facebook, "Ooh, thank God my son is home." This, that, and the third. He went home, unalived his mother and his brother. Because it does happen. Stop giving them grace. If you don't know what the legacy site is, look it up. It says legacy.com. And it says sunrise and sunset. Do you want to plant a tree? That's what you need to start doing to these knickknacks as supervillains. I love that word, supervillains. These knickknacks.
Me too. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So don't give them grace. And this is the thing. When these men have daughters, they always want to put them on. But the thing, you the same men that you try to put your daughters on too. You the predator. You the DVer. You the one.
You there, Miss Mac? I I think she might have got a phone call. You there?
I'm gonna go ahead and land it right there.
Okay. All right. Let me go back up here. Well, you know what, you guys? I think this is a perfect play junction for me to start wrapping up the live because I gotta go. I'm about to go to the movies today. So let me see. Does anybody else have anything to say? Like, I'll give y'all all 60 seconds if anybody got something to say, or y'all want to be done there. Anybody got anything to say? Go ahead, Cookie.
Well, thank you, Trigger, for, having us in your live again, and I hope you enjoy your day. I just wanted to say that, I would wish that Black men would hear these things and become as concerned as we are and try to better the community. As many times as these lives are being created, we're always being bombarded with not only the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Nig Nogs, we're being bombarded with men telling us they are the good men and that the men around them don't do these things and things like that. And I wish that we can get out of that sector and get to the sector of protecting Black women. I was in a live the other night, and I did have a conversation, as far as it was a talking point on what do women need from men or something, and somebody was saying protection, and I said I don't feel that way, because if we needed protection, then we would be I feel like if they believed we needed their protection, they would be protecting us. But when people want to be predators, they're not going to take that route. And I think people need to understand the biggest scope and the biggest problem in the Black community is that Black men have become the ultimate predators of Black women, and that Black women are becoming subjected to abuse and unaliving at higher rates that, we could damn near go extinct if we don't get it together. There has to be some form of men being men and actually protecting the women that are in their community, or they're not going to have a community. And my last point would be the degrading of Black women and saying this is why we date other women. But the reality is you guys degrade Black women because it makes you feel better about yourself, because you like being the slave master's wife's secret boo. You like that. You like entertaining them and making them feel like they're more special than Black women. And that's your gateway into getting into those spaces, and getting around them is by degrading Black women, your own kind. And honestly, the thing is, this is that usually when this is being done, it's never a white woman of any substance. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm saying that they all have a certain look to them. They have a look that you do understand if a white man would take them seriously and actually take the time to do the things that white men do for white women, they would not be dealing with you, and that they do know that they are the power structure in your relationship, because they are the white woman and you are the Black man. Because as much as you want to think that your masculinity will keep you from having to deal with the systematic things we have in place, that is not the case for Black people. And I land my plane there, and I hope everybody has a good day. And I would love to hear anything else anybody would have to say before we end the live.
All right. I appreciate you so much, Cookie. I appreciate everything that you said. I just wanted to address this, sir, this man in the comments. Aaron loves food. You said that women like bad boys, and a lot of women like you. Bonnet boy, nobody likes you. I honestly, like, I that's what I mean when I say that a lot of y'all live in freaking delusion. Like, y'all live in delusion. Just because you're able to get one girl that has low self-esteem and she decided to settle for you doesn't mean that women are attracted to you. If she could do better, she would do better. Okay, y'all got to get real with yourself. You over here looking like a doggone overgrown dude that needs to be working at Wendy's on the fry basket. Like, y'all got to get real. Like, y'all got to be real. Honestly, why is it that every time I run across y'all profiles, y'all look like this? This is crazy.
Trigger,
It's literally insane.
trigger.
Every time.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Wakanda. And then, but I gotta end
This,
the live soon. But go ahead, Wakanda.
no, you better, girl. Do you know one thing? One of the main reasons I followed you is you always cover like the deeper parts of society and what's going on. Because these comments like, "Oh, girls like bad boys," that is such a asinine statement to make, to overlook the fact that maybe a lot of you aren't good people. The main point I came up to say was a lot of these nignogs, they are cannibals. They can only prey and eat on the weakest, because I don't see them going up against how do I say, the Caucasians. I don't see you going up against them. You've got all the vim, you've got every statement, you've got all the TikTok
Wakanda.
smart comments. Yes, ma'am.
Wakanda. Did you say chalk Asians?
Chalk, yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Have you noticed that they don't have the strength? You've got so much to say. Some of these red pill lives, I've gone in them and said, okay, so what is your plan? How do you plan on bringing back the community and building up economics and education and the youth? And no one has anything to blood clot say, because you've got such a big mouth to talk about us, but when we're actually in the chat of things that actually build economies, build communities, build countries, you have nothing.
So what I say is a lot of them, you're cannibals. You like to eat the weak of your own. That's all you can do. But if it means to come up again, I even asked one very popular guy on here. I said, so where are your nuclear warheads? Where are your nuclear power plants that you're building? Where are your shipping ports? Where are your car manufacturing plants? Where are they? Seeing as you're the leaders and you're so logical, where's all the things that and structures that make a society flourish? And no one had an answer. So, my dears, we're dealing with cannibals here. Can we be aware? Maybe we should start going outside with a ring of garlic around our neck to protect us. I don't know, maybe some raid to get rid of these roaches, maybe a couple mouse traps for the rats. I don't know, something. I land.
All right. We're gonna did anybody else have anything to say with the
Yeah,
tea?
I'm gonna drop, yo. I'm gonna drop like you just hilarious. And homie with the different color bonnets is
Bonnet.
sending
Oh
me.
my God.
Different color bonnets with the different designs
Saying.
is sending me. Anytime I hear a man say, ladies, I'm not even gonna say me, ladies, if you hear a man that say, but y'all date the bad boys, don't get offended. That's him spewing his sexual frustration. The woman that he didn't want him. She wanted the other man, and he's resentful. That's all it is. It's sexual frustration. So, any cahoots. Yes, ladies, I agree with everyone in here had to say, except for the religious one. We're not gonna go there again. Um, I understand she has like.
Queen,
I mean,
it's a
listen.
entire book around your neck.
Stop making me laugh, y'all. I'm trying to talk. Yo. All right. So like I said, ladies, like the great host has said, protect yourself. Use some discernment. Do not give them any grace. At the end of the day, all these talking points is white tea talking points from white tea supremacy. These are white tea men trying to get they white tea women in order, while the black man is going by a philosophy. They're going by a delusion. All they talking points about the so-called nuclear family, it doesn't even make no sense. How is it a so-called nuclear family structure when black people foundation is the village? That makes no sense. They swallow too much of YT stuff. You can take that line however you want to take that line, and I mean it. So, with that being said, ladies, I love you. Please keep yourselves safe. Do not give them no grace. Don't give not even the men on these platforms, these male content creators. Don't give them any no grace either. Just like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, when a man show you his true colors, believe it. Once a man show you who he is, believe it. We have to start walking it like we talk it. We have to start leading by example. We cannot sit up here on these platforms doing this for 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, 10 hours a day, and then run to a male content creator that just finished calling y'all bitchs. This doesn't make any sense. Or if you even hear a rumor of a male content creator abusing a black woman, take her word for it and just cut them off and block them. Don't worry about being liked. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say for now.
All right. I appreciate you.
Wait, can I just add one more thing, please? The block button is
Yes.
your best friend. Block and delete. Block with extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
Be like me. Go and get a degree, a master's in blockology, and get a PhD in blockonomics. Block with no discretion. Block.
Yeah, I feel you. I think I have those certifications too, Wakanda. Cookie, you have
Yes.
something to say?
Yes, and I want everybody to take heed of like the comments and understand what's going on in the comments is that these men are triggered and that they're going through a lot and they really need serious therapy, and they're coming to our panels to have that therapy because that they want to use and abuse black women. And I need a lot of black women to understand that these pookies are being upheld by the desperate backs of black women. So black women have to fall out of this realm of being desperate, of being unwanted, and start knowing their worth so that you can energetically pull yourself away from that, because they're feeding on our energy and they're feasting. And I do think we do need to keep them scriptures on us at this point because it's demonic.
All right, Cookie. Super villain, did you have something to say, sis, before I get out of here?
Yes, thank you so much. And black women, I love you.
All right, all right. Vanda, did you have anything to
Yeah.
say?
Yes, I wanted to say thank you for this panel. And ladies, I'm really, really proud of us. I'm really proud of us. Keep the great job on. Thank you for this panel.
Oh, no problem, no problem. All right, well, I appreciate all of you ladies. It's so great. I had like a lot of ladies come on today that were like so intelligent, so awesome, everything. Like this was great. It was a great panel. I met some new ladies, and I also had the ladies that I always talk to as well. So I just want to say, like, I appreciate all of y'all. If you're a black woman and you're listening to this, I just want you to know that you're awesome, you're amazing, you're special, you're valuable, you are powerful. You can protect yourself. You don't need to look for a man to protect you. You can protect yourself. You just have to arm yourself with the tools. And sometimes it may not be something that's physical. Sometimes it may not be a weapon. Sometimes the most powerful weapon that you can utilize to protect yourself is your mind, by avoiding these bogus Negroes. You know what I'm saying? And recognizing red flags and all of those type of things. But I just want you to know that the reason why everybody punches down on black women is because they don't want us to realize our power. And we do possess power. And we are the most powerful race of women on the planet. And that's the reason why they hate us. So anyway, I just want to say that I hope you have a great, great, great rest of your weekend. You're loved. If you like this live, please follow me on YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel. All you have to do is just click on my page. The link is in my bio. And yeah, I upload videos there every day at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. So once again, I love you, black woman. I do all of this for you. I will always go to war for black women as long as there's breath in my body. I promise I will. All right, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all.